What is a period? I'm often asked by fairly young girls and sometimes boys about what is a period exactly. I remember when I was very, very young, suddenly blood appeared and you go, what is happening? I'm dying. Because unless you know to expect it, it's an extraordinary event in a girl's life. And primitive communities celebrate it enormously. Unfortunately, our community thinks it's a bit of a burden. I remember my mother referring to it as the visitor or that time. But nowadays we're very clear about what we mean. So the period is the loss of blood at the end of a cycle. So the cycle begins when the period ends. So you bleed for 4 or 5 days, it tails off, and then your body starts to develop the next cycle. So the estrogen builds and builds and builds and releases the egg at the top of the cycle. And then you're able to be fertilized and get pregnant. But if you don't get pregnant within 24 or 48 hours, the egg fades away and the progesterone, which is up a little bit after ovulation to keep the egg going, starts to fade away. The estrogen and the progesterone both fade away and the next bleed occurs. The bleeding is what is called a period. You need to refresh the lining of the womb every month. That is why girls who take the pill continuously still need to have a period at least every 3 months. But I know lots of girls who take the pill continuously because they don't like having a period. But that is not healthy. Your period is the bleed that comes from the vagina at the end of the cycle. As the estrogen drops and the progesterone drops, the lining of the womb is shed, so another new lining can be prepared for the next cycle. So that's what a period is.